This video is especially for everyone who is pretty new to DNN CMS because there's a lot to learn and a lot to discover, and one of the first things you want to do is install the CMS. Now there are several vendors out there who are specialized in DNN, but this video is how it's done at managed.com. They've been around for years in the ecosystem and they do a great job. And I'd like to show you how simple this is. So what we're going to talk about. How to add a subscription. They use Plesk for that. They have their own so-called control suites, which allows us to install DNN very easily. And then there are some final touches to get your website live. So first step is heading over to manage.com, and of course you need a subscription for that, but if you don't have one, just keep on watching and I'll show you how it's done. So I'm logged into my own web server here, and the magic button is the so-called control suite. So we'll launch that. And there are a lot of domains available, and for secure privacy reasons I'm going to block that. But this is where all your so-called subscriptions and domains reside. And to head over to Plesk, you need to right click the mouse button here at Plesk Onyx and choose one of the browsers you want. So we're going to add a subscription. So just let's call it Demo Academy. And we'll generate a password. There's also the option to add a certificate, but we can do that later on. That will be in another video. So now it says the subscription demoacademy.com was created, and we're going to head over back to the control suite. And if I now refresh the domains, we can here see the Demo Academy. So if we select that one, we can see that there is no app installed, and makes sense, of course, because that's what we're going to do now. Here's the button Install App. It's because they're specialized in .NET Nuke, the former name of DNN. We can choose that one, and there's a whole list we can choose from, even from the very first beginning. Now, if your version is not on the list, don't worry, we can choose another one later. There are no templates available, and here it says this is the package we're gonna deploy. Now, if I click on this, you see a new icon with 3 dots. If I select that one, there is the opportunity here to upload a custom package. So if there is, for instance, DNN 9.8 or a release candidate or a beta version, you can upload that here. It's exactly the same process as just selecting this one. So for this demo, I'll choose 9.7, and we're gonna click on Finish. You can now see it's doing its magic. So everything that is necessary to create a database, to do IS bindings, etc., it's all being done for us now. So now it's done finalizing setup, and it will launch a browser which is executing all these scripts just to install DNN. So everything is pretty much automated. And it ends when it says installation complete. Click here to access the site. Okay, so the website has been created, and actually we're done, but of course we need to do some more. So I'm going to log in. The default login on manage.com is always the same. So username is host, and in lowercase DNN host is the default password. For obvious security reasons, I need to create a new password. And it's changed now, but of course I was already logged in, so I just need to click the home button and I can get going. So I'm gonna create a subdomain and connect that to the website. It resides in site aliases. And I'm gonna create my own subdomain somewhere else. But for now, the application is set up to be reached at demoacademy.chaps.com. This is a list of DNS records, and what I need to do is add the demoacademy.chaps.com. It needs to be an A record, and it needs to point to the IP address of the web server. So now I'm going to tell the internet service providers that the demoacademy.chaps.com does exist and it needs to go to this IP. Now I need to tell the web server that this exists as well. So we're going to go back to manage.com, or at least the web server. So here's domain aliases. If I select that, I can create a new one. And here I'm adding it. And that was very quickly. So if all goes well, this domain name will now be available outside the web server as well. And yes, so now we created the website and we create a login, we added to the subdomain, we are ready to go.